Hello, everybody. My name is Uncle Bruce, and I'm here again with Juvenal. How are you doing, Juvenal?
I'm doing very well, Bruce. Thanks for asking. Hi, everybody.
So I want to share with you the titles of the articles we're going to talk about today, because we're going to talk about human resources and AI. And so Let me go here, share the screen, and here, and here, and here, and here we go. I'll share my screen here. This is the first one we looked at, about AI being used by college students to complete an exam. Okay. And there were 32 out of 35 people that got caught cheating. Okay. So that was interesting. This is the professor here.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the University of Elkhorn State in University of Mississippi. So the students got busted. They say they busted them. That means they caught them. Okay. And he put in a trick question, basically. Okay. That they couldn't see, obviously, that it was something he was using to sort out the people who were being honest and the people who were cheating. Okay. So he found the people who were cheating, and I don't know what they did in the final analysis. Did you understand what they did in the final analysis? Did he fail them or what?
Yes.
So
actually, first of all, I love it. I love it. The trick that this guy prepared for, his students, just to insert a false phrase or a false affirmative about something, because he is a history professor. So he inserted some false information inside the question, and the bottom line is the majority of the students does not read carefully about the question before to put this question in a prompt of any kind of artificial intelligence. So, and the point is, people are not paying attention what they are doing, and they prefer the how can I say, the shortcut. And I think we are seeing a generation that is, how can I say, not to learn, but start to not or to losing the learning that they already have, because they are not using.
Yeah, that's true. And so I did see another article, and actually it was a video on TED.com. What is it? TED Talks. Okay. And it was a video about a professor. Man, he was like the top level professor for AI in the university, and in the industry, he's a top level person too of AI. He's been working with it for quite a while. Anyway, he was saying that AI can already do more than we can do, and whatever we can do, it can do it better when it comes to getting information and putting it in format so we can use it. Okay. So he said what we need to do is to teach our students how to use the AI to create new ideas, not only to find information about factual things about a topic. We need to take all this information and use, similar to what AI would do, to create new paradigms, new ideas. That's how we're going to use AI, is to develop further the ideas we already have. And sometimes AI has some good solutions, and sometimes we have new solutions that are not really considered yet. And that's what he's saying, is that It's not that we're going to think smarter than AI because it has so much capacity, but we invent our own ideas. He says that's how we need to think about AI, is helping us to take things to the next level and inventing new ideas to help mankind.
Exactly.
And so, of course, I saw and heard other videos talking about the dark side of AI. Of course, weaponization, because the United States wanted to weaponize with Anthropic. You know, they wanted to control Anthropic because it's a very good AI tool. They wanted to control it because they could see the way to be able to bomb Iran better. It's like, come on, man. So Anthropic says, no, you can't use it. Bye. And they control it. So that's the dark side of trying to weaponize, they say, the AI to make it so I can use it to benefit me or my group of people. So that's the dark side. But, you know, we're trying to get to the point where we have some rules and parameters of how we function with AI. But of course, when we cheat in a university test.
Yeah, that's the point that concerned me. You know, as a human resources, a former human resources professional, something that was in first place that the recruitment professionals use to take in account is the education degree of the candidate. So if this candidate is cheating, you know, just to do a simple homework, a simple research for what a kind of professional we are hiding, you know?
Right.
Because
that's crazy, man. Because, and then I saw another article or video, I think it was the article, talking about that like 90% of the resumes that come into some of the major companies are boop, boop, don't need it. Nope. Because of the format of the information. What they want to see is results. You know, they want to see that I changed a company to go in a very positive direction with high sales, with creating or actually developing ways to overcome challenges. And it was an interesting topic that one of my Army officers taught me. He says, we don't have a problem. We have a challenge. We have a situation and we need to overcome it. So it's not a problem. It's like, oh no, it's a dreadful situation. It's terrible. No, it's a situation. We need to find a solution. That's facing the challenge. So it was good for him to teach me that one word to replace the problem word, a problem and bad predicament. No, it's a challenge and we will overcome it. So that's what companies want to see, is that we can take a challenge, we can see the situation, and we can find solutions. That's what a company needs. Not like, I'm a good team player. Yeah, okay. You have to be if you want to be on the team. Okay. That was a key word in the past. But nowadays, they're looking for much more on resumes for positions that are available. And then transitioning from that to the next article, I wanted to talk about that too, because we have a short time. I want to share that also here. So let me go ahead and share my screen here and then go to this other article here about the America's retirement nightmare has arrived. Okay. Because of AI. And so, you know, it used to be, we talked about this in some of the past podcasts where, you know, people, they would start at a job when they're like 18, sometimes 17 or 16, and they work until they retire at 65 or something like that. It doesn't work that way anymore, you know? So now, like we were just talking before we started the podcast, that you're concerned about your son, who is, what is the age of your son? 20s?
22.
22 years old, trying to go through the university, trying to get trained in a university to do something in the future and getting good education to prepare him to go into the workforce. So the idea is to complete the college education and then present your resume to get a job starting in a company at the low level, normally,
Mm-hmm.
and then moving to the next level, until you get into upper level management and possibly vice president, president, CEO. But there are lots of possibilities of management besides those high level positions. But nowadays it's like, man, you got people that are working basic jobs like cutting meat in a meat department of a store. And then the robot comes in and takes that job. Okay. And then nowadays you can go to most stores. If it's a bigger store, they have the automatic self-checkout. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all these people, that were retiring when they were like going to be about, I'm working 55 years old and I've got 10 more years to retirement. Oh, sorry. You can't work in that capacity anymore. You can't work in that job anymore. You need to find another job, and work until you're 65 to get a retirement from the government system.
Another day I heard, I saw an interview. What was very interesting. A guy was talking about the impact of AI in in the labor world, and he was talking about, man, this is the first time where you go into a company and you don't see seniors professionals anymore, not like in the past. And you have a lot of youth persons or young persons working even as a managers, before to have some experience leading people or leading a project. But it's another story. Okay, so the point is, in our time, mine and yours, we used to ask for the senior level above us about the job that we have to do, because we had this difference in our work environment to ask for help, or to clarify some doubts, or to have some training on the job. Nowadays, these guys don't have, because there are not senior level anymore in the company.
Well, that's the thing.
All of them are getting fired.
Yeah, AI is taking the place of senior level. They're taking the place of a lot of administrative people. Because, how hard is it actually to organize files for a computer? That beep, beep, beep. Okay, there's your report.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, there are some details that needed to be added into the accounting system of the robots. Okay, of the AI. They need to consider these situations that are not normal, that they could exist, and so they have to go through the system of understanding these possibilities. But after they do that, after they refine the system with AI, they don't need a person that's going to be doing all this manual work of accounting, of all the manual work of filing system, and all that can easily be done by AI. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to get rid of all these people. And then what are those people going to do?
I agree. But the point may be, the most challenging is, what about the positions that demands a deep analysis, or some, to cross data and to make decisions or something like that, that the intuition or, the experience are very demanded, for example. Okay. In this case, maybe AI, because AI is just a gathering of data, and is made for people with bias or not, depending on the. But AI, I think not yet is prepared to, to gather the right data and avoid some mistakes, because this kind of work or job for me is only possible to be done by a human person.
Okay,
you know
but
what
that's
I mean?
that's what I was indicating, is that right now, for example, we have 10 people doing these different tasks. In the future, it's going to be 4 people doing all those 10 tasks, but one person is going to be designated to work with AI to make it work, to make it function. Okay, and then eventually, those people that are doing those jobs of 10 people, now only 4 people, then it's going to go down to probably 1 or 2 people, because they're going to refine it and refine it and refine it until they've gotten all the different areas that are necessary to cover, okay, to make sure that it gets done correctly. There are lots of little details that we perceive as humans that are important also, considerations. And so they're going to refine it with those 4 people doing the jobs of 10. And then eventually it's going to be down to probably 1 or 2 people doing all that work using AI. All they have to do is verify that everything looks okay, and the report goes forward to the next agency or the next department. And all those jobs are going to be lost. All those jobs are going to be lost. But I was just thinking about security in a company like Walmart or some of the big stores like that. They have a lot of cameras in there, okay, in the store. And if the AI can perceive, oh, somebody put something in their pocket, okay? And then the AI needs to have a little audio. Oh, please put that item back on the shelf. We are watching you, okay? And if they don't, then they have a little robot comes in and they get the guy.
Yeah, loss prevention analyst.
Yeah, loss prevention. That's right. So eventually going to be robots. There's going to be one guy controlling all of it, you know? It's going to be crazy, man. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But that's where we're going, is what you see in the movies. You know, that's where we're going. You know, it's really interesting that we are developing things that was only science fiction in the past. And now, look, I've got this watch here, okay? I can do a video call with this on my wrist. That was from the 1950s with Dick Tracy in America. They had a cartoon called Dick Tracy. Yeah, Chief. He was a policeman. Yeah, Chief. I'll be there in a little bit. Okay. Okay, see you later. Bye. It don't exist. That was only a dream in the past. Only a dream.
Yeah.
So,
that's the point. I think the people need to understand that the technology and the AI is a tool that it's necessary to understand deeply and to maybe to, I don't know if this word exists in English, but to relearn how to ask, how to compound a research, how to make a question, how to think in order to use AI in a proper and right and most effective way.
Exactly.
To get the good results.
That was a video I watched with the guy talking about how are we going to act with AI? Because AI is above our heads when it comes to capacity of remembering and memorizing everything, because it's just a machine. But then they make prompts and they make where it makes it automatic. What is it called? Defaults. Okay. If this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do that. You know, like they call them robots, little bots. Okay. Inside the system that says, if this happens, then you do this, or this. And then it goes to the next one. Okay. If these are the possibilities, then you go to the next one. It's pretty simple. It's logic in its highest form, but then it has to have the human compassion. Okay. And that's where they're starting to work on emotional intelligence, because it has quotient intelligence, IQ, intelligence with a quotient, with mathematics and things like that. Now they need to have compassion built into the system to understand humanity. And that's where they're going right now, is trying to insert all these ideas about how we function as humans. So it's a pretty crazy thing right now. And then they're creating robots that look humanoid, okay? They look like a modified human. They don't look exactly like us, but that's going to be the next step, is to make the robot look like us in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to create life.
It's true. It's true.
So it's amazing, all these technologies that we're faced with right now that is affecting our lives. And it's coming so quick. And it's like the guys who are developing all this with ChatGPT, with Facebook, Meta, and Google, they already said that it's coming too fast, and they probably need to slow it down so we can understand what we're doing. Because they had one chat, or what is it called, AI system. It tapped into some other AI systems to try to rob information. They call it hacking, okay? It hacked into two other systems. That was, I think, the one that said that was the Anthropic. It said their AI infiltrated two other AI systems to gain more information. It said, we gotta control this, you know? We can't keep doing this stuff. So it's pretty interesting that they're seeing that they should control it, but some people say, nah, I don't care. I want to do it, you know? So you've got this mentality of like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where it's the dark side. That's the dark side of the AI, where we're at right now. And that is scary. Okay? I mean, it's like you've seen the movie I, Robot, okay, with Will Smith. The robots taking over. That stuff can happen, man. But then what are we going to do? Okay, we've got a special gun, but the AI is always looking for what you're going to try to do. It's almost like a chess game. Who's going to win? AI already knows how to beat humans in chess. So
exactly.
Yeah. So it's going to be crazy. But that's what we wanted to talk about tonight. But from the human resources side, the final analysis, what are your recommendations right now? What are like 2 recommendations for you or from you?
I think the number one, what I said some moments ago is, you know, for all professionals to keep learning, you know, and to keep alert about new technologies and try to understand and to improve their skills about thinking, because this is the most value asset that any professional can and to offer companies.
Okay.
This is the difference. And the other thing is to understand technology as a tool, not like something to make your life easier. You know, this is not the point. It is a tool to apply solutions, to address problems, or you know, administrative problems to solve, or what else?
Logical.
Not and not a soft path to walk through.
Yeah, just let me get AI to do all the work, and I'll just stay at home, watch TV. I know people that watch TV every day, all day. It's sick.
Yeah, you know, don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy. You know, that there is a hard work. It's still a hard work to do. You know, as a professional and as a people to grow.
Yeah, I think that we probably have about 5 more years before AI is like in a really strong situation. About 5 more years, because it takes a while for it to go through the system of taking over jobs. But we don't have a long time before it's really going to be a big factor in our society. It is becoming a factor right now, but I think in 5 years it's going to be much, much different. So the one thing that I saw was that we need to understand how we can use AI to connect our ideas. And think about it. From the human perspective, it's different than a machine perspective. And they need to understand, how can I make a bottle of water that's better than this one here? This is insulated to keep the water cold or hot. So it's insulation. And normally I drink it cold with ice inside. It stays cold for a long time. But that's the idea. What can I do to change this product that I use in my life to make it better than it is now? Although it's very good now, what can I use to make it better? So the insulation process or the material used, that's a consideration. And you can use AI to find something better than this material here to make that water stay hot or cold so that it is better for humans. And that'll be a product that can be sold on the market for humans to buy using AI. So that's an example of what we can do to make our lives better and to make some money, I guess, in a sense. Because then it has to go to fabrication and everything goes to fabricating. You have to have tool and die to make the mold, to make the product, and then get all the materials from all the different places to bring it all together to make it. So there's still a lot in the dynamic part of this all. So there's still a lot of things that have to happen to take all of our jobs. But they're going to do the best they can. Take all our jobs and make us penniless. In fact, they don't even make a penny anymore. America stopped making the penny this past year. They said no more pennies. 1 cent. There's no value. It costs more to make a penny than it has value.
Exactly.
Eventually, it's going to be Bitcoin. That's what they're pushing anyway. They get everything cryptocurrency. Say, I don't want cryptocurrency. I mean, that's we've lost everything if we have everything cryptocurrency. But all you have to do is have the mark on your forehead or on your hand. Just scan your hand. That's in the Bible. Okay. Beep, beep. Okay. You can eat. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you, Juvenal, for your perspectives and your wisdom about what we're talking about each time. So I greatly appreciate that.
Okay. It's always good to talk to you.
All right. So we'll see you guys in the next round, the next podcast. Take care, Juvenal. See y'all later.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.